I wrote an award-winning article called Global Madness: What It Takes for Us to Unite. And it's on my website, and it's also in my drfred360.com as well. And I'm really proud of the article. I like it. And the idea is that what kind of monstrosity would have to take place for all of us to drop our guns and to actually drop our differences and have to work together for a particular purpose? Like, could there be anything in the world that would actually create, human connection at the heart of all healing? Like, to actually create a necessity for all of us to work along the same lines with each other. How would that look? Now, one way that would look, it's like when I wrote the article, which was still about 4 years ago, um, it was the idea that maybe a Martian invasion would be enough if we knew that the Martians were coming in 30 days, and in order to keep this planet solid, we needed to find a way to work together in different countries, different races, different sexes, different ideologies. We needed to find a way to design a way to actually protect the planet from an outside influence. Even then, however, like right now, I'm not positive that a Martian invasion would be enough. Of fractured systems looking at that as well, and all sorts of dissemination that would probably not allow for even an organized effort to work together for that purpose. So I'm not sure what level of event would have to take place, or what level of contextual reconfiguration would have to take place to have us all feel the necessity, the urgency, the requirement to speak our true voice effectively without being insulting, and more than anything else, actually open up our ears and our mind enough to listen to opposing viewpoints and at least pay enough respect to allow them to coexist with our so-called self-righteous view of being certain that we know what's true and what's not, when clearly, like you said, we've been funneled and siphoned into little holes to believe what we believe based on facts that have been served up to us that we just simply take as being the gold standard. And many of us have different facts that lead in that way, which leads to all sorts of different factions all over the world, different factions on the same topic. There are people that I think are really brilliant who believe stuff that I simply can't believe at all to be true. Not even for a second. I'm like, you're really smart and you think that? How is that possible? And yet, that's just the way the world has unfolded up until now. So we're coexisting with people who are impossible to understand. And the key here, I think the gift that we all have, is that it's not really risky to listen to somebody.
Yeah.
It's one of the things out there. You can't put your foot in the mouth when you're listening. You can't get in trouble listening. You can't actually it's so safe. It's maybe the safest thing to do out there in the whole world, especially for when you start looking at return on investment. Like, for the amount of time and energy it takes to just stop, just chill and listen to what's happening out there. The payoff is so ridiculously large when you're capable of doing that. Like, there's no cost and unbelievable levels of benefit that become available.